Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel, Love It or More. This is going to be your November 2022 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. Please be aware that energies are non-gender specific, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And to start off, we'll just do 20 seconds of the sound bowl, just to cleanse the energy and tune in. So if you'd like to take a nice breath in and exhale. Okay, Scorpio, let us see what November has in store for you. We'll start off with a theme for the month of November with the Sacred Destiny deck. Just one card, please, for Scorpio. What's the theme for November for their highest good, please? Take that one. We have community. Okay, so it's about really connecting with other people, collaborating with other people, and that's going to be the strongest beneficial energy for you the month of November. Now, there is a rainbow there showing you there is hope and light at the end of the tunnel, and the butterflies represent transformation. So things are transforming in a very positive direction if you can connect more with a sense of community, a sense of collaboration, and joining with others. We're going to get a theme from the major arcanas as well, in tarot. What is the main theme for... What is the main theme for Scorpio, please, for November, for their highest good? What do they need to know? November, thank you. We have the World. This is an excellent card. This is a great omen. So we're starting off the month of November. The sun is still in your zodiac sign, even though near the end of it. The World represents coming to the end of a major cycle in your life, okay? And it does promise celebration, reflection, hope for the future. And when you reach the World card, you are about to embark on a new cycle of learning. So you don't receive this card unless you have learned everything there is to know within the current circle you have been in. So it's a very promising card. We will get an oracle card, please. What does Scorpio need to know for November? For their highest good, what do they need to know? We're definitely getting a sense of like real interconnectedness here as well. That's going to serve you very well. Okay. What does Scorpio need to know, please, for November? Now, I'm actually filming this on, I think it's the 25th today, which is that lunar eclipse in your sign. Obviously, this is for the November read, but a very strong entry point for Scorpio in that new moon, setting new intentions. And with it being an eclipse in your sign as well, it's like that quantum leap jump forward. Oh, we've got two. We've got take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the treadmill, and priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Okay, so we've both got a calling card here and a kind of, no, I wouldn't say demanding card, but just a reminder that actually everything runs its own course, okay? Particularly with the World, when you see something coming to an end for you, a cycle coming to an end, it is important to kind of, so often in life, people usually feel like they live more in the past or more in the future. Very few people actually live in the present moment. And sometimes what happens is once you've reached one, humanity tend to kind of, once they reach one achievement or great goal, they're now already thinking ahead on the future, but they fail to really celebrate what they've had now. So it's an important time in November to, wherever you feel that you have accomplished something grand, or that you feel there's something that's come to a natural ending, it's an important time to kind of just rest, recoup, gather yourself, reflect, to then have the right clean slate and platform in order to now kind of start a new leap of faith, a new venture. Okay, so it's try not to overspend your energies. Now, I'll be honest with you, I actually did your reading for yesterday, and I didn't press record. I pressed pause, and then I pressed record again midway, and I didn't press my finger hard enough, and so I lost your whole reading. But I do remember that you started the month off feeling pretty exhausted, and that it was going to be quite a busy month. So it'll be interesting to see when I do the reading today how the energies are. So I'm going to be using some tarot now. This is my deck. I love it all more deck, one of a kind in existence. This is my artwork. Okay, and I'll be cutting the deck. We'll get 3 cards for each row. The first row is current energies, second row is anything that's unseen, final row is the outcome or the unified energy of the month. Ooh, lovers want to jump out there, so maybe a choice is coming your way. All right. Okay, current energies, we have 6 of Pentacles, and the Lovers card definitely want to come up, so this is a challenge or an obstacle, something that's unseen for you at this time. And then we have 9 of Wands, unified energy. Under 6 of Pentacles, we have 4 of Cups. Under the Lovers card, we have 3 of Pentacles. That's that community card I was talking about, collaboration, getting together. And under the 9 of Wands, we have Strength. Okay, I do know the Strength, these 2 cards did come up yesterday, and that card came out yesterday in your reading, but it was, Strength was there, and 9 of Wands was down here. We have Nice, the King of Wands, okay? So even though this is even though this wouldn't be technically your sign, it's still a very strong energy to be harnessing as you start the month off in November. Under 3 of Pentacles, we have the 5 of Swords. And then under the Strength card, we have the Hermit. Okay, right. So you're starting the month off in quite a strong position. I'm still feeling a little bit tired here because it's kind of like a very go energy. We've got this looks like you've got some sort of helping hand that's coming in from others, and it's quite funny because there's 2 hands seem like it's coming from the community card. Okay, so connecting with others, that support from others. And I feel like you're starting to recognize that if you have felt that, you know, that whole saying of no man is an island. So he's quite chilled, he's quite happy with his little, on his little island, because he's got his cups in front of him, he's got his water supply, he has, I don't know if you can see that clearly, but he has a fishing rod. So he kind of has everything he needs, but because he's snoozing, he doesn't see the 4th cup, which is that ship in the background, which could take him to places afar, adventures, global travel, that sort of thing. So it depends on whether you're waking up and seeing other opportunities, or whether you're just kind of a little bit complacent about what you've got. I feel like you're going to be taking that 4th cup because we've got this King of Wands here, which talks about really taking the lead, being an entrepreneur, really kind of, it's like grabbing the bull by the horns and just running with something, running with an idea. And he has the vision to do so with that all-seeing eye in the background, okay? But where he goes, he is kind of, he's fired up, but he's causing sparks as well. And we've got celebration here too, which leads into the World card. So it's definitely very important that you are celebrating your your achievements at this time, okay? And particularly support where other people are coming in for you. Right. Just bring this a little bit higher. There we go. So, starting off the month, let us clarify. So the Six of Pentacles, what is happening here with the Six of Pentacles, please? Thank you. Judgment. It feels to me like there's some sort of judgment call that has been made that is giving you now a payout. And I say a physical payout, but I feel like it could be anything that's resourceful, anything that's home related, anything that is kind of material related. In the physical world, something you literally hold in your hand. And it feels like it could potentially even be coming from a sense of group of people or organization or it feels like a collection of people who are making a very a judgment call on your working situation or your finances, and they're helping to support you in that. Let's just go one more, please. We have the World card again. Okay, so this is where something it feels to me like, even though we don't have the Justice card, this trade-off, this receiving of support from the community. Now, your community can also be your close family, friends as well. But it feels to me like there is something that has been celebrated and rewarded. So you have earned this support, this physical support that you're getting. A judgment call has been made on your performance at work and your performance within the home. And with the World card, it's showing up saying that you are now receiving the benefits of a lot of hard work. So very strong, very nice. So let's see if you take that fourth cup. Let's look at the Four of Cups, please. Where's the Four of Cups here, please? Thank you. Well, we've got the Four of Cups again. Same cards are coming up. Okay, and we have the Star and we have the King of Cups. Very, very nice energy. Okay, so I do feel like it's weird because this sort of energy is really kind of slowing down to take some time to really ground your emotions, to find balance within the emotional body, to heal and to cleanse. And then as you do so, look for faith for the future. So it feels to me like this fourth cup that's offered to, because we've got so much water energy here, which is emotional body. This is kind of like where and that's kind of your sign. That's, you are water, right? So it's about kind of, it feels to me that the offering that's coming forward from the universe is actually that sense of hope, that sense of faith, renewal, finding emotional balance, and perhaps even taking the time to really kind of, it's like a lot of us will suppress sort of certain emotions, you know. When we go through kind of chaos or crisis situations, we have to just rise above it and just get on with things, right? Just get through the day, just get through, pay the bills, kind of handle the day-to-day life. And then so we squash those emotions down. And what I feel like is happening for you is whatever this sort of payout is for you, it's giving you the opportunity. That's the gift. The gift is giving you the opportunity to now sit with it for a bit and allow some of those emotions to rise to the surface so that they can be purged, that they can be cleansed. And now you are kind of pulling, as you do so, it's like stripping away all the gunk that's been squashed down for so long. And if so, it feels like that is actually the gift that's coming forward. It's like allowing yourself to find that balance within yourself, that kind of emotional stillness and wisdom as you do so, because the King of Cups is extremely wise. He's experienced everything under the sun, and he has kind of used his emotional body to really kind of gain wisdom and insight for the future, but not allow himself to be too extreme in one way or another. And that is creating the platform, the kind of the clean slate for now you to sort of become an enterprise, become a powerhouse. Okay, there's a really strong energy here. Okay, so you are rising high with that. Remember, it's non-gender specific. Let's look at the King of Wands, please. Oh, I think I had a few upside down here. Here we go. Okay, King of Wands, please. Can we clarify the King of Wands? Thank you. We have the Devil, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Wands. I think this is excellent, an excellent combination here, because literally what is happening here is you are now deciding, okay, all the things that held me back, anything that was of an extreme measure. Remember I said you're finding that balance, an emotional balance, where it's not too one way or another way. That sort of emotional balance, if you've had emotional imbalance, then what's happening is you are now cutting the tie of feeling bound and almost a prisoner to that, a prisoner to even sort of toxic energy, because it's been in your body, but now it's being purged. Do you see how it plays out? You're moving from feeling bound, the Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor, and now you're being recognized for your efforts. You've risen high on your horse, and you're now ready to make a departure. When I say departure, it's about kind of like, because he returns from battle victorious, okay, and now he can leave the army and he becomes a lieutenant somewhere else. He raises the stakes. So I think this is really beautiful, because the Wheel of Fortune is turned in your favor, which it has done. You've done the work. You've received the recognition from the people who support you in the sense of community. And now you're ready to venture on. You're ready to kind of raise the stakes and be higher. And kind of, it's like that, you're feeling the oomph again, because you're saying goodbye to old things that kind of kept you a bit trapped. It's really, really nice. So let us go to the Lover's card, please. Can you clarify? Thank you. Page of Swords. Okay, so you've got some news coming in that may require a choice of some sort. Anything else, please? Thank you. We've got Ace of Swords, seeing something from a whole new light. Two of Wands, Three of Swords, and Two of Cups. Okay, so this is kind of the thing that you perhaps don't see right now is communication sort of coming in to do with seeing a kind of a close connection of yours. Now, it could be romantic, it could be family orientated, it could be friends, it could be business, but it's some sort of close. And I would say it's one. Okay, it's a general reading, so I have to be general here, but this is one person who you're very closely connected to. But then you have this kind of reality check that actually it's not as there has been it feels to me sort of a heavy energy and almost like a waiting energy of this other person, which has actually just caused that person to be quite sad, or you're quite sad. So it's a situation where a close connection of yours, you're seeing it from a whole new light, okay? But now it's asking you the question, what are you going to do about it? What is a choice that you make? Because it's under the World card, it marks a huge cycle. So even if this close connection can be reconciled, it would be reconciled on a whole new level, okay? It would never be how it is. And if it's not reconciled, then maybe you go your separate ways, because you're now looking out into the horizon and saying, okay, well, what else does the world have to offer me, okay? So it feels to me like it's a choice that needs to be made. Do you reconcile, or do you go your separate ways? But whichever way it goes, whichever thing you decide to do, because we've got a lot of kind of sort of sacral chakra energy coming through with this, which is all about relationships, okay? Also the relationship you have to yourself, and then being caught up a wee bit in the headspace with those swords energies and communications. I do feel that either way, whichever thing you choose to do, it is going to be hugely beneficial because you've learned everything in this current cycle that you can. So now you step it up a level into a whole new paradigm, or you close it off. But either way, something has come to its natural ending, the end of a season, which is beautiful because then we know that we have expanded as much as we can within that particular situation. Let's go to the Three of Pentacles, please. Can you clarify the Three of Pentacles? Thank you. Four of Pentacles. This came up a lot in your reading yesterday. Okay, so you kind of like, you're wanting to, it feels to me like you're trying to fix something. It's like go back, like trying to go back over something, fix something to really kind of close it off. And it's kind of like working with what you've got. So I see this as, so you've got a lot of emotional stuff going on over here. And it feels like the end of a cycle is actually making its mark in a few different areas of your life. In one side, it's a very close relationship that you have where you have that choice that you need to make. In another side, it's kind of using the resources that you already have. How can you benefit from it the most? Meaning, for example, say you have an extreme example, right, of all of this thing, deciding if you're emigrating to a different country, right, an extreme level. Perhaps there's a close connection that comes with you, or perhaps you say goodbye to it, okay? Say, for example, you have a car, and you're like, well, I can't really take the car with me, but I know that if I fix the car, I'll be able to sell it and get more money for it, okay? So it's that sort of vibe in terms of like going back, let's see what I have, what physical things do I have, be they property, I want to say a farm, material items. What do I physically have that's tangible, right? That I can fix up, tweak up, and sell in order to save money, okay, and create a resource in a monetary factor that's more of a trade element, or to also that it would be worth more than it is. Okay, so that's the feeling I'm getting over here. Let's go to the Five of Swords, please. Why is the Five of Swords here? Thank you. And we got the Queen of Wands. So you've got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So make no mistake, this November is going to see you finding your va-va room again, okay? And you see the Queen of Wands is very ballsy, you know, she's very bold and fierce, and she kind of doesn't really care what anyone else thinks. I'm sure this came up for you yesterday as well. She's a go-getter, absolutely a go-getter. But when you combine these two energies, the Five of Swords to the Queen of Wands, it does sort of say, be a little bit careful, because the Five of Swords here, he is wanting to kind of win at all costs. So he is obviously a performer to the audience. And in that moment, he has this moment, I don't know if you can see his expression, but he has that moment of like, oh, what the hell am I doing? So it does feel to me like this King of Wands energy is excellent, really, really good for you. But then it may get to a point where you recognize that actually the choices that you're making, it'd be very wise just to kind of, I actually want to see the Temperance card turn up, because this is kind of very strong. Now this could be you, or this could be someone around you, but whatever this combination is, I'd be just a little bit, it's very strong. I don't want to say cutthroat energy, but it's taking the bull by the horns, but on a whole new level, more so than the King of Wands does, okay? She kind of goes, she knows what she wants. Now, in some respects, I'm not so bothered because it's at the World card here, meaning this is the end of the cycle, and sometimes it gets to a point where, for example, say you have a circle of friends who treat you a particular way, okay? And if people treat you however you allowed them to be treating you. So it's always that equal give and take of energy. right? But then this feels to me like you reach at that point, the end of the cycle, where you're making a lot of changes. You really are kind of getting to the nitty-gritty of things. You're kind of culling away, you're trimming the fat, you're getting to the core of each major aspect of your life, your physical things that you own and your relationships, okay, because you've already done a lot of work with the emotional body. But then it reaches that point of like the people who may have, maybe if someone kind of always, perhaps there's a person in your circle of friends always puts you down, or makes a lot of jokes at your expense. It feels to me like because in November, you may even surprise yourself where you're not taking it anymore, okay? Because actually, deep down, it niggles at you. It kind of like, it doesn't feel that great, you know? And it feels like you're putting your foot down on your values and your morals as it relates to what you want to do in the world with your motivation and your thoughts, your headspace. So I feel like you are not kind of beating around the bush. You're not pussyfooting around anyone. You are just saying it and doing it as it is, as you see fit. So there's a really strong energy, and I feel like in November you're going to kind of surprise yourself, but you're certainly going to be surprising others. Okay, so if there's anyone around you who is used to you being a certain way, it's all good and well to have a personality and have certain expectations, but I feel because you've come to the end of this major cycle, you're not taking any BS anymore. And it's not like it was deliberate or with a bad intention. It's just you being more true to yourself. You're honoring your fire inside, okay? So I kind of like that because it's coming under this energy here. And it seems like it's the right thing to do, because if you're starting to cut away and kind of it's like cull anything that's no longer serving you, it just get to the point. And I really love this, okay? At first, it made me kind of go like, ooh, but actually when we read it with the whole of the world, it makes a lot of sense. And it's really, it's strong energy, because then people know where they stand, okay? And then you know where you stand. Let's look at the Nine of Wands, please. Thank you. We have the Emperor and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so you're really wanting to sort of take the lead and plan ahead for the future with what you're receiving from this. And we're talking about as well the kind of terms of business and money, like your trade, how you're selling yourself short. I feel like as the end of the month appears and comes up, it feels like you're a bit tired. It says take a break, right? So you're a bit exhausted because you've taken this fire energy throughout the month of November. And unless you take a break and sort of allow yourself a moment to really celebrate and reflect, you're going to feel a little bit worn out by the end of the month. Okay, now with the Emperor and the Six of Pentacles, it's basically talking about you have been in that throne, planning ahead for the future, strategizing what is the best for all, what's the best for me in my situation. How am I going to really kind of invest my pentacles into the real world for that long-term sense of security and stability? But it feels like it has worn you down, maybe because you've been a little bit outside your normal comfort zone, and because I know that this one came up over there before, and it's very difficult to maintain that energy like all month long unless you can take a break. Okay, unless you allow yourself a bit of healing there as well. So I do feel you're going to feel a bit kind of exhausted by the end of the month, but it's weird because like even though you have to take a break and you have to kind of recognize that seasons come to an end, and when they do so, you know, it's a good time to find a little bit of stillness, rejuvenate, refuel, reset, or recharge your batteries, because you've got this priestess coming up, okay? So you are meant to lead, you are meant to step up, and you feel that. I mean, you're so intuitive, Scorpio, you know this anyway, but you cannot be leading others unless you can allow yourself, unless you have the energy to do so. So you need to, it's kind of like you need to find that balance. You do in the emotional body, certainly in the beginning of the month, but by the end of the month, you're a little bit tired. And that's perhaps what's causing the Strength card to turn up, in terms of she does have more reserves in her than she realizes, but in some cases she's also kind of like it feels, see, the thing that's really jumping out for me is that it feels like it actually takes quite a lot of courage to sort of slow down. Okay, particularly if you've been on this momentum. Now remember, Nine of Swords is also a 9, which in numerology has endings, okay? So you're definitely reaching the end of some sort of work or project or motivation or something where you've been applying yourself at 100% level, full throttle level. And the Strength comes in to basically say, you have what it takes to do this, but you may still need to go outside your comfort zone. So maybe getting outside your comfort zone is resting. Maybe it's having that determination to have faith in yourself that you can go the distance, even if you sort of take a breather. Let's go to the Strength card. Thank you. Well, there's a lot of cards here, but we'll take them all. Okay, we've got the 5 of Cups over here. We've got the 3 of Cups over here. We have the Queen of Swords, the Chariot, 3 of Wands, Hanged Man, Ace of Cups. Wow. So the Strength, I mean, I still feel like you need a break, but the Strength really is talking about how do you rise above something over the past that didn't go according to plan, you know, because there may still be a little bit of that sorrow, a little bit of kind of sadness that's been, you know, the emotional that's been squashed down, still kind of rising up a little bit more. How can you rise above that, be true to yourself with that Queen of Swords, honor that, particularly if you're sort of having to network a lot with community and work with other people and collaborate. But how do you charge forward in that Emperor energy, but with the Chariot, knowing different sides to your character that perhaps you haven't really recognized before, you know, because you've stepped outside your comfort zone. And it's like, how do you do that? How do you wait through that section and try and see it from all aspects? How do you value it from a different perspective and gain enlightenment in order to say hello to a new beginning? With that Ace of Cups. So literally, even though there's loads of cards over here, it's saying something that's quite simple. It's going to require you strength. It's going to use up quite a lot of strength and bravery by the end of the month to be true to yourself about how you emotionally feel. Okay? Be honest with yourself about that. Be honest with how you feel about how sometimes time really can rile you up, you know, when something takes too long or things are happening too fast. But how do you be honest with those emotions to the degree where you're still willing to say, yes, please, I'm ready for this new beginning. I'm ready to open up my heart to something new. Now, this could be obviously a new romance. It could be something, a new business adventure that fills your heart up, because we've got a lot of heart-like emotional energy coming through. We've got the Heart of the Lion here as well. So you are really kind of rediscovering all of that on a whole new level. This is quite spiritual. This is quite a lot of spiritual growth. And these are the kinds of things that you are going to be leading by example, working with that Priestess energy. Let's look at the Hermit card, please. This real kind of soul searching now as well. Just understanding, gaining wisdom on, it's always a good idea to gain wisdom when you finish on the World card. Thank you. Oh, the Moon. Okay, so you're gaining wisdom on elements of the emotional body. You're taking the time, because you've got the Hangman, then the Hermit there. You're taking some time to gain internal wisdom of where your emotions kind of went to the one way or to the other way, because I'm kind of being drawn back to the Devil energy here, how that kind of feeling kind of trapped by certain emotions was a thing that kind of maybe kept you stuck in a rut to a degree. And it feels like by the end of the month, you're really kind of ascertaining What is it? Where are the emotions in my head space and my heart space? Let's really try work this out. And perhaps you're starting to recognize, okay, maybe some of it's actually fear-based. Okay, maybe some of it is actually not as it seems, and perhaps I need to give it more time or see it from different perspectives. So you end the month very in quite a kind of, I would say, higher wizened state than before. The beginning of the month is really kind of, it's showing you the support, and it's the universe basically saying, yes, you've got this. You 100%, you've got everything it takes to do this. Use it, all the support that's been offered to you freely. We've got lots of support coming in for you. You're stepping into your own. And as you step into your own, yes, you've got to cut out some things that really are no longer serving you, and be bold and be brave. And by the end of the month, you have the opportunity to, even though you feel a little bit tired, you have the opportunity to go back over the month and kind of go, I get it now. I get it now. So now that I know that one cycle came to an end, I now am more of understanding who I am at a soul level, to the degree of how I interconnect, how I have a relationship with my emotions, and how I have a relationship with my mind. You know, it's almost like you're sort of splitting yourself separate into different dimensions and viewing it from different points of view. So it's a lot is happening, I think, for you in November, but you're coming out to the end with so much wisdom, and that is going to be the thing that really helps you become more of a leader in life, in whatever journey that you're doing, whatever work environment, or even if it's leading up in terms of sharing your light and showing others the way, holding other people's hand to do so. But you really are, nobody becomes a priestess without a lot of wisdom and a lot of growth, a lot of experiences as well. And generally speaking, the experiences are not kind of boring, they're extreme experiences, okay? So massive congratulations to you, Scorpio. I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give me a thumbs up, or maybe send me a comment. I read them all. And I will see you next time. Take care.